that you have no knowledge of any classification of the information. But on the same day, when you went to the public, you wrote to the IGI, but without waiting for the report from the IGI, you went to the public. Do you get what I'm trying to go to? Because it is my view that the fact that you had to write to the IGI is because you knew the nature of the information might need a classification, because you know that the IGI reports are actually classified. So I'm not quite convinced that you had no knowledge of any classification of the information.
I had absolutely, the properties were out there in the public domain. I had no idea this story about the hotel was ever going to come out anywhere. I don't know where the information came from, but in my experience, when an entity is starting to show signs of corruption, people inside, as we heard, they go through the steps, they go and report it, they report it, they report it. And eventually what happens is the place starts leaking. It happened with the State Security Agency 5, 6 years ago. It was leaking like a sieve because people were unhappy with what was going on. I believe this is what's been happening with crime intelligence.
Applying the reasonable man's test, would it not have been reasonable for a member of the National Assembly to write, as you did, to the IGI? Await a report on the factuality of what you saw on the media, then you go to the public.
I wrote to him and I told the public I wrote to him about what was in the public domain.
Would it not have been a reasonable indiction or a reasonable action for a member of parliament to, as you did, agreed, write to the IGI, await the IGI to give you a factual report on what has been reported in News 24, then you go to the public with factual information?
How would I go to the public on a report that is kept within the Joint Standing Committee of Intelligence?
Okay, let's pass that matter. Tell me, as you have served, I'm just following where Honorable Sangweni left, as you have served in the JSCI for a number of years, you take a secrecy oath, ne? Does it expire after the 5 years?
As far as I'm concerned, yes. That
So
pertains to that specific committee, and one may not leak any information out of that specific committee.
So the
Shut down
secrecy
the
oath
day
does
of the
not-
election. Yes.
So the secrecy oath does not expire after the expire of the term at JSCI.
I have never leaked anything out of the committee.
No.
That's what I swore not to do.
Okay. Do you believe everything that you see on the media?
Don't be silly. No,
Beg your pardon?
no, that would be silly.
That would be silly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I question everything.
Do you not, as you make an assertion in your statement that part of what you have that has driven you to go to the public is the fact that you're a member of parliament, and therefore if you see something, you need to act on in the interest of the public.
It's my job.
Do you not think that it would have been reasonable, explainable, had you follow the matter in due course, instead of starting by the public and the writing on the same day?
The information was written in great detail, and I followed up on that.
So you believed it as it was written?
Yes, I did.
So you believe everything that is...
I do not believe everything that I read. I
You have an
believe what
obsession with the media?
I beg your pardon?
You have an obsession with the information in the media?
Obsession? Certainly not.
I do not. Why were you demoted in 2015 as the Shadow Minister of Police?
Because I shared a Facebook post that was inappropriate.
And you don't have an obsession?
Obsession with what? That's not something that was in the media.
Sharing information you're not supposed to share.
I made a mistake. I admitted it. I took the punishment. I moved on.
Let's hope that this is not a second mistake. We're going to take your word for it. Did you not consider that